Hello everyone, it's me, Hydro King, and today we're going to be doing a different type of video. It's called Hydro's Card Shop, Episode 1, Red Eyes Black Dragon. With this, I'm going to be showing you cards I made for this archetype, as we're about to get into right now with the good old Red Eyes Black Dragon. Now, with this dragon, I decided to change up its flavor text, and it reads, "A ferocious dragon whose scales are made up of brittle obsidian, but it's very sharp to the touch, and its fire breath is hotter than magma, and the sun rivaling the power of the blue eyes white dragon. It lives inside of volcanoes for shelter and resting." The original card was just a ferocious dragon with sharp claws. Yay. But with this, Red Eyes can feel like it's a rival to the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and can actually mean something, and overall, it just makes Red Eyes much more cooler, in my personal opinion. But with that being said, we go on to this next card, Joey, or should I say, the famous Red Eyes Black Joey Man. As we're about to see right now, this card cannot be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage involving this card. Once per turn, while this card is on the field, you can special summon one warrior or dragon type monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. If this is sent to your graveyard, you deal 900 damage to your opponent. You can only activate this effect once per turn. With this, it's pretty much obvious that I'm having the Red Eyes be a rival to Blue Eyes, and having the monsters just, reflect that. If there could be Kaiba Man, I don't see why there couldn't be a Red Eyes Black Joey Man, in my humble opinion. So, I figure why not? And not be able to be destroyed by battle and take no battle damage feels very much like a Joey card. And I decided to inflict burn damage on top of that, because why not? If he's going to go down, he's going to go down swinging. And it's able to special summon warrior and dragon type monsters, because Joey loves to love warriors in his deck, and a lot of other cards. So I figured, why not? This will help him and his Red Eyes archetype stay relevant. Yes, if you couldn't tell, this is pretty much a Joey-centric upgrade. And that Red Eyes needs the buffs in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Next up, we have a new card, Baby Dragon Brawler. This card reads, when this card is fusion summoned, you can roll a 6-sided dice, and this monster gains 500 attack times the number rolled in attack points. Once per turn, you can discard one card from your hand and deal 600 damage to your opponent, and special summon one baby dragon to your side of the field. Now, and it has an attack points of 2200 and defense of 2200. And I forgot to say this, but I'm going to say it now. If you couldn't tell, Red Eyes has 2800 attack points and 2000 defense points. And as for Joey, 1900 attack points. I figured these cards need the extra boost in attack, and with the whole rolling dice thing, it's very much in line with Joey's luck. And if you happen to get a big number, guess what? Your little baby dragon brawler is gonna get, a massive attack point upgrade. And the fusion components are Baby Dragon and Battle Warrior. Yes, if anyone remembers that card, that was a thing he ran. But, needless to say, I figured, why not? It gives love to Baby Dragon, and, makes it so that it really makes it so that there's a reason to run Baby Dragon in your deck. for fusion monsters or the like. So that way, you know, you can have it in your deck. And we're gonna move on to the spell cards. So the first card I have up is Red Eye's Mentorship. With this card, you can activate this card if Baby Dragon is on your field. You can special summon one Red Eye's Black Dragon monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only activate this effect once per turn. Twice per turn, you deal 850 damage to your opponent. If you have Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and Baby Dragon on your side of the field. While this card is face up, Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and Baby Dragon cannot be destroyed by battle. It is unaffected by your opponent's spells and trap cards. With this card, I made it continuous so that you can keep up this effect and essentially do some burn damage if you cannot get to your opponent right away through direct attack and whatnot. And you know, again, this feels very much Joey-centric, and the artwork I made is not mine. That's for Baby Dragon Brawler. I drew that. Yes, me. But enough about that, because we're about to move on to the next spell card with Red Eye's Black Volcano. This card reads, while this card is on the field, all Red Eye's monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. Gain 500 attack and are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this card were to be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, you can discard one Red Eye's monster card from your deck, one Red Eye's card from your hand to the graveyard to negate the activation. If you do destroy it, you can only activate this effect once per turn. With this, I made it a field spell because it could be interesting and it adds more lore to the Red Eyes Black Dragons, should there be more support for this archetype. And you know, it will definitely help the Red Eyes players not feel so, power creep. It's a nice boost. You get some use out of it. And, you know, it ties back into the lore of Red Eyes living in volcanoes, so why not? Gotta make use of it, right? And next, we're gonna move on to the trap cards. Right now. The first trap card we got, Red Eye's Fossil. And you could tell what I'm referencing with this image right here. When your opponent targets your Red Eye's Black Dragon you control for an attack, you could send your Red Eye's Black Dragon monster to the graveyard. If you do, destroy your opponent's monster. During your next standby phase, special summon Red Eye's Black Dragon you sent to the graveyard by this card effect. With this, I feel like it's a funny way to surprise your opponent. Should they feel like destroying your Red Eye's Black Dragon monster with another monster, just pop your Red Eye's Black Dragon, pop your opponent's monsters, bring back your Red Eye's Black Dragon. So that way you have some kind of recyclability and you're moving the game state in some way. Opening up your other monsters to attack. And possibly you do a lot of more things other than that, but you know. Whatever works, it works. And keep in mind, it's destroy your opponent's monster. So, in a way it does not target. And it can get around targeted effects. Although if it's immune to this card's effect, I don't know what to tell you. Just hope your opponent's monster can just be destroyed and just go away. And that way you can do some damage with your Red Eyes monster. Next up, we have Red Eyes Reincarnation. When this card is activated, you can add all Red Eyes monsters in your graveyard to your deck. Do your next standby phase. When this card is in your graveyard, you can add all spell and trap cards with Red Eyes in their name, except this card, to your deck. You can only activate this card once per turn. Now, I made it a trap card for balancing reasons, but with this card, you have so much recyclability. That means any Red Eyes monsters that are related to the Red Eyes archetype can just come back from your graveyard into your deck. And then on top of that, when it comes to your next standby phase, and this card is in the graveyard, you can add all spells and trap cards with Red Eyes in their name. And even though I don't say it, I should also mention if there's text, monsters, traps, and spells that mention Red Eyes in their text, they can also be added back to your deck. It's crazy. And not only that, sure, you have to activate it once per turn, but hey, at least you're getting value for the Red Eyes. And that way, you won't be completely screwed and don't have to worry about running a low number deck. I recommend running 2 of these. But with all that being said, that's all I have to say for this episode of Hydro's Card Shop, for the first episode. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more future videos. And hopefully you'll like this new stuff, because I don't know what my future on YouTube is like. Anyways, with that being said, this is Hydro King signing out. Peace.